I tell people back home, dating in LA is easy. Like going on dates is easy. You go on a date every night if you wanted to. But like building a connection, going on a second date, finding someone that you like really have a
Substance.
want to commitment with too.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. You think you have them, and then a couple weeks later, you just don't hear from them again, or yeah, it's rough.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your author, Alex Dry, and I am back with another entry of the Dry Diaries. Today, I have one of my long friends.
Yeah, like 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus,
Caleb, Feemster. Yeah. Do you want to give a little tidbit about yourself, or do you want me to intro you?
I want to hear your intro first, and then...
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have... Host, sports host, ex-professional basketball player. I don't know if that's rude or not.
It's
not
rude?
really.
No, I got hurt, so it's not.
Yeah,
like
okay.
It's not like I wasn't good enough. Was
YouTuber.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
I moved
Virgin?
that is it too. Yeah, if you want to toss that early in the episode. Wow, I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. Honestly. That seems to be like the number one thing that people want to talk about when I'm on podcasts.
Really? Yeah, I saw one clip. I didn't even know.
Did you see
honest.
oh, really?
Yeah.
The one with Lamorne, the guy from New Girl. Is that the one you saw?
No, I saw the one with Chris. Right?
There's a few out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really funny.
Do you want to give your intro?
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. I moved to LA for acting about 8 years ago, and then fell into like the social media world and the hosting and just kind of doing a whole bunch of random stuff. Acting's still the goal and like my passion, but yeah, I've developed a really cool relationship with a lot of like NBA and NFL, and so I do a lot of hosting for their stuff, but then also just like my socials for myself, and yeah, virgin too. So that's
a virgin too.
That's kind of the broad strokes. Yeah, we met like probably about 8 years ago. Yeah, through church. Yeah, and then you were around for a long relationship I had, and yeah, I knew some of your exes too. So yeah, we go way back. Yeah, we go way
I feel
back.
like one. Maybe.
Yeah, one really.
Yeah,
one main one.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, and weirdly enough, we're like from the same area.
Yeah, that's it too. We also have connections with like one of my best friends, Austin Mills, knew your sister at Baylor. Yeah, and you're from Fort Worth. I'm from Dallas. So like, yeah, we've crossed paths a lot. We have a lot of like
weird connections,
small world connections outside of just us knowing each other. So that's really funny.
When did you move to LA?
A little over 8 years ago. February was the 8-year mark. So yeah, like it's crazy. Some days it feels like I've just moved out here, and then other days I feel like I've been here for like 20 years. It's a weird back and forth.
Do you want to stay here forever?
No, I mean, I love LA. I love the relationships I've built. I love the opportunities it's brought me. But especially when it's time to like settle down and have a family and stuff like that, like I'll probably be out. I'll always like want to have a place here. But like majority, I'll probably live back in Texas at some point.
Back in Dallas
area, yeah. Maybe a little bit north. My parents bought land and built their house like in this small town called Celeste. There's like 800 people. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and I really like that vibe. I don't know if I would like that for my kids though. I don't want my kids to grow up in a town with only like 20 people in the high school, but. Dallas
Friday night
Dallas
lights.
Area. Yeah, I can't do it. Because I went to a small high school. I transferred to a private school because my dad was the coach, and it was a smaller high school, even though it was in a big metroplex, and just everybody knew everybody's business, and I wasn't the biggest fan of that.
I know, that's why I don't like going home, because one, where my parents live, there's literally no neighbors at all.
Yeah,
and then also all my friends are married with kids, so it's like, what do I do?
Yeah, I am the last one standing without like any kids or whatever. Like my best friend on the planet, I was the best man at his wedding when we were 21 years old. He has 3 kids now, and like love them to death, and they're like my god kids. They call me Uncle Godfather. It's really cute, but But yeah, it's just different. It's like a completely different dynamic. You know, I can't hit him up just to be like, hey, you want to go to dinner and watch the game? He's like, my dad duty tonight, man. So it's a little bit weird, but I would love to go back to your house though. I love you let me come to your house to like shoot content at the court. Like I would love that.
I don't even think I was there, right? Alyssa was there.
You weren't, yeah, your sister was. Yeah, and that was fresh off a breakup of mine too. That was an interesting time. I don't know why I remember that, but yeah, that was a weird time.
How has dating in LA been?
The worst. Dating in LA is the worst. I think an article just came out that LA is the worst city to date in.
Yeah,
like
I saw that too.
Yeah, it's
horrible.
Awful. Yeah, it's I mean, I really enjoy my single life, but like I'm a relational person. I love being in a relationship, and it's just tough I tell people back home, dating in LA is easy. Like going on dates is easy. You go on a date every night if you wanted to, but like building a connection, going on a second date, finding someone that you like really have a commitment with too.
Yeah,
it's so difficult. You think you have them, and then a couple weeks later, you just don't hear from them again, or yeah, it's rough.
I just feel like in LA, it's easy because everyone's beautiful. Everyone is like striving to do something, you know? So it's just the next best thing. People are easy to...
Yeah, people get distracted easy. And like, especially in today's world, like dating apps, you're just one swipe away from the next millionaire or famous person or something. Like people just get distracted, I guess. I don't know. It's like, there's that sound on TikTok where it's some guy talking to a girl and it's like, you're just the most beautiful, perfect girl in the world and there's no one better than you. But I'm going to go try to find someone better than you. Like that, and that's how I feel, like girls and guys. I feel like I could be a, perfect gentleman to a girl and she's like, wow, you're just so amazing and so nice. But I'm going to go date this promoter.
They get bored. It's like a beneficial.
Yeah, it's weird. And I don't know. I don't know if it's LA as much as it is like culture today, though, to be honest with you.
It is more so culture.
It's rough. I was seeing a girl who was from Chicago, and I was like, great. She's not in LA. She's not an LA girl. Doesn't seem like she's too fascinated with the LA scene.
She lives here, though?
No, she lives in Chicago.
Oh,
so
okay.
I was like trying the whole long distance thing for the first time ever. I was flying her out here a few times. I flew out to Chicago a couple times. Like, I was like, oh, this. She was telling me all the things I like wanted to hear. Like she used to tell me like, oh, you're just so like, you're not like LA boys. Like you're like masculine and you're nice and you're sweet and you protect. Like she was saying all the right things. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna date this girl. Like this is the girl. That was the first time in a long time I thought I was gonna date somebody. And then I don't know, 3 months in, she's out here in LA. This is nuts, actually. This is wild. She'll never watch this, so who cares?
Never know. It's okay, though.
If she watched it, I mean, she knows
facts.
what she did. But she gaslit me straight up and said that she never did it, so whatever. Things just started to like not make sense. Like little lies starting to kind of unravel. And we were getting ready for a date night. And just like all girls do, when they look good, they feel good, they want to take photos. Cool. Like she's taking photos in my bathroom. She looks great. And like I peep, not even trying to see, but she's not even like trying to hide it, I feel like. And if she was doing a bad job. She sends a photo of herself to another dude.
Stop.
Yeah. And he's like replying with like heart eye emojis and stuff. I'm like,
oh gosh.
I'm like, look, in my mind, I'm like, all right, we haven't had the exclusive talk
That's what
yet.
I was going to say. You guys aren't exclusive, but still, I think
with
it's
3 months in, I have now flown her out to LA 2 or 3 times. I've gone out to Chicago to see her. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, we hadn't had the exclusive talk, but like in my mind, I'm like, yo, we FaceTime every day, we text every day, and like you're coming to see me multiple times, like on my dime too. Like, not that that's a thing. I have zero expectations that I'm paying, but it's literally like, so I kind of tell her, I'm like, look, like, yeah, it kind of upsets me, but at the same time, we haven't had the exclusive talk. Just when you're with me, be with me. Like some other guy back in Chicago doesn't get like a date night flick, like a photo of you when you're on my date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She just straight up to my face was like, I would never do that. Like, I don't know what you think you saw, but like I didn't text another guy. And then was like, what
you for sure saw it though?
1,000%. Okay. Because I saw the name. Because the name is a name that had been texting her earlier that day. Like when I'm with a girl and I like them, I'm showing her stuff on my phone because I don't care what pops up. Like, like, and so she's doing the same. She's like showing me something on her phone, and this dude's name pops up, like, you got a text from this. But at first I'm like, I don't know who that dude is. I don't care.
It could be a guy friend, like
could
whatever.
be a guy friend,
Yeah.
could be a cousin. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I see you text the dude a photo of yourself, like,
Your
okay.
guy friends or your brother aren't sending heart eye emojis.
Right. And then she was like, what name do you think you saw? And I'm like, I'm not playing this game. I know what I saw. I tell her, she's like, I don't know who that would be, Caleb. Like, I have a cousin whose name is kind of like that. I was like,
oh gosh,
you're sending a photo of yourself to your cousin.
Yeah.
Like, you're not. And then later that night, she's showing me something on her phone again on Instagram. She goes to like search. We were talking about like power couples or something. And she goes to search a power couple. The first name on her search bar is the name I saw on her phone.
Oh dang.
And I'm literally like, hey, I'm not upset, but are we going to talk about this? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, the dude's name is on your search bar. She's like, no, it's not. Shows me your phone again and it's gone. She like deleted it mad fast. It's like, I don't know what you think you saw. I'm like, I'm just being gaslit straight to my face. Like, I couldn't believe it.
That's crazy.
It made me feel crazy. And then like, yeah, so I don't know. It's just very interesting. And then like,
how old is she?
25.
Well,
Don't see that. Don't do that. 'Cause
I mean,
that's what other people say. But like, I mean, what I've heard my whole life, women mature faster than men.
I don't think it's true.
But like, she's not like an LA girl, so I'm thinking 25 in the Midwest is a little bit different. Regardless.
Yeah, regardless.
I mean, crazy stuff like
25 is still young though.
Yeah, so I can't.
How old are you? 30.
I'm 32 now. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's a little young.
But like, is it?
Yeah.
I do think it's different when the guy is older than the girl because women do mature faster than men. Like, it's just fact. And when a woman knows how to handle, like, carry herself, no matter what age she is, like, they present themselves more mature. Now, in LA, I will say, I've gone on dates with 31-year-olds who act like they're 18 and dates, 23-year-olds who act like they're 35, so I don't really look at it too much, but I mean, yeah, she was young, but like, not crazy. It's not like she was 21 and I'm like, I don't know, 25 to me is like normal. I don't know. And then she did a few other things the rest of that trip that really like, and then just got like straight up lied to me about it. I'm just like, all right.
Moving on.
Yeah, but that one hurt. That one hurt because I was really, really into her and I thought she was really into me. And at the end of the day, I felt like I was trying to like convince her why I'd be a good person to date.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
you never have to do that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the girl that wants to be with me, like, I'm not gonna have to convince her. She wants to be with me. So
because we're the same age. I think that's the main thing that I learned in my last relationship, or just like over time, is one, I'm never gonna convince anyone to want to be with me or to treat me right or respect me. It's either you do or you don't. People submit questions, and a lot of the questions are, this guy's not answering me. I didn't get a second date. He's not texting me back. What do I do? And I'm like, just move on. If he wants to be with you, he would be with you. If he wants to make the effort, he'll make the effort.
And I really do, not to like toot my own horn, but this is just how I was raised. So like to toot my parents' horn right now, like I'm the saying where like if a guy wants to, he will. I'm like the living embodiment of it. Like if I like a girl, I will freaking do anything and everything to make sure that girl is like comfortable in the fact knowing I like her. I don't even have to tell you I like you. It's like actions speak louder than words type thing. And so that's what I do. And I think that's one of my struggles in LA too, is because like I'm a very like intentional person, and people in LA just don't intentionally date. They're just like trying to see what's up. And then here comes a guy that's like I don't know, being intentional, and it's like, whoa, that's a lot right now, like we've only been talking for 3 weeks, right? I'm like,
you're really deep in your faith. Do you think that like intentionality, does that go hand in hand when you're dating? Or
for me, I would say yes, but like I'm very upfront with how I am, is like, especially if I like a girl, first date, typically I'll let them know, like first or second date, typically I'll let them know about like my boundaries, just because I would never want a girl to feel led on by me. I wouldn't want to get 6-7 dates in and they'd be like, they really like me and be like, yo, why are we not sleeping together yet?
Are you waiting till marriage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. So
what's the limit? Where do you draw the line?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think it really does depend on the severity of the relationship. I was, one of my exes, like y'all met and hung out. You know what I thought about on the way here? We like dog sat for you. I completely forgot about that one time.
You did?
You just got your dog and then you had to go out of town. And me and her dog sat.
Kingston.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You don't remember that? Wow. Guess.
so long ago.
So with her, I legitimately thought we were going to like end up together, like get married. So like the line for that was further than like if I'd just go on 2 or 3 dates with somebody type thing. That could be one of the problems, like with the intentionality and my faith. Faith is not a problem. I didn't mean to say it like that.
Would you ever date someone that isn't a believer?
The mature Caleb now will say no, because that ex that you knew wasn't. And I genuinely believe if I didn't want a family, that me and her probably would have stayed together. But
If you didn't want a family.
I'm just saying hypothetically, if we didn't want kids, we would have stayed together, because I think the biggest part of like aligning on faith and morals and values comes with like when you have a family. Because like when you have kids, how are you going to raise them? What school are they going to go to? What, like,
Yeah.
how are you going to live your lives? And that towards the end of our relationship was a big discussion. And one of the reasons why we ended up splitting is because she wasn't sure what she wanted. She didn't even know if she wanted to get married at the time. She didn't know if she wanted kids at the time, all this other stuff. And so learning from that, I would say, yeah, dating someone who believes in the same thing is pretty crucial.
In the same religion too.
Yeah. And I have since then gone on dates and dated girls who maybe weren't as deep in the faith or weren't as like into it, I guess. But which is fine too. But yeah, I think finding someone who believes in the same stuff is for anybody, but for me, yeah, important.
That was a big thing because the guy that I last dated, he was Jewish. So that was a huge topic of conversation.
Yeah, that could be tough.
And it was hard because I started being like, okay, maybe it is okay. And then once I started thinking about it again, like raising kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you never want to do anything that compromises your values and like how you feel most secure. Like I feel most secure when I'm strongest in my faith. And like I wouldn't want to date someone that makes me feel like either second guessing it or like stepping away from it. So it can be tough if you don't really believe in the same thing.
We kind of got into some of the questions, but we do a dry diary deep dive.
Okay.
So we just go into different questions and you give us your take or your answer.
Okay.
What's your ideal girlfriend or type?
That's tough. I've dated all across the board. Physical is tough because I've dated tall girls, short girls, blondes, brunettes, mixed, white. Like I
don't have a type.
I know everyone says that, but genuinely, if you were to like, some of my friends joke that I do have a type. It's just because my last 2 like actual girlfriends that I was in like year-long relationships with were like blonde hair, blue eye. But I have gone on dates and like gone like mini dated few different races, few different like athletes or musicians or whatever. Like, so it's kind of all across the board. I think like physically, I don't know how to describe it. Like if I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you,
How do you know? Is it more so a confidence thing, or whenever you first meet someone, do you feel that attraction, or does it grow as you hang out with them? For me, it's like if I meet someone, I'm like, okay, I could see myself.
Yeah.
Potentially
I definitely
dating
have to
them.
see myself with them. I think there has been those moments where I see someone and I'm just like, oh, I have to talk to her, but I'm a chicken. Like I can't talk to women in public. Like I really, yeah. So there are some of those like initial attraction, but then there are some people that like the more you hang out with them, that's very like personality based. The more you hang out with them, the more you're like, oh wait, like
They're
this
kind
chick
of
is
cool.
dope. Yeah. Yeah. But in my older, wiser age, I am definitely a huge like personality vibe. Like, can I see myself hanging out with this person in the kitchen in 20 years, like making jokes type thing? But physically, I'd say like,
You don't have to give.
yeah, no, I mean like not attributes, but I would say physically more like kind of what you said, confident, someone who carries themselves very confidently. I really like someone who can like and maybe this is personality, but someone who can like, if I can leave you in a room alone with like all my friends and you can hold your own, that's so attractive to me.
Yeah.
Like you're not like having to be on my hip, like that kind of thing.
When's your birthday?
Like confidence, October 14th.
Oh, so you're a Scorpio.
No, I'm a Libra.
Oh, you're a Libra.
Yeah. I don't really know what that means, but I'm pretty sure that means I'm the best. But that's just my opinion.
I honestly don't know what a Libra.
Yeah.
I know my mom's a Libra, but.
And your mom is awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
So. I mean, it only makes sense. I don't know. There's benefit. I've dated tall girls and short girls. There's benefits to both. Kind of into a tall girl right now. We can touch on that later. But personality wise, you gotta be funny. Like, I dated a girl in college where every other joke I had to tell her like, "Hey, I'm joking," and that's the most like.
She can't take sarcasm.
Yeah, you have to get my humor. I'm very dry. I'm very, Alex Dry, and I'm very like sarcastic and make a lot of dad jokes as well, and like puns and stuff. So if you can get my humor and then like reciprocate, then that's great. But then also hold your own, like make fun of me, please. Like let's kind of go.
I feel like guys love that.
Love it. Confidence, being able to talk to anybody, like outgoing, I love.
So do you like really outspoken or in between?
Yeah, it's so weird because like both. I think shy girls are really cute, and I'm like, oh, look at her in a little shell, like come on. But then also like outspoken,
let me coddle you.
Yeah, like outspoken girls too. I'm like, yeah, you let them know, babe. Like tell them, like because I think I'm really good at taking being in the background too. One thing I always tell people that I'm really attracted to is just like, I don't want to say talent, but I'll say passion. Like someone who's passionate about what they do. Like if you're a singer and you're a really good singer and you just love doing it, like that's really attractive to me. If you're a businesswoman and you take pride in being a great businesswoman, that's very attractive to me. So not necessarily like someone in the industry, but like I do get along well with people in the industry because they're passionate about what they do. So yeah, I don't know if that answers your question at all, but
cool.
Yeah.
If she doesn't know how to play basketball, is that an immediate no?
Oh no, I love it. Like if you don't know anything about the sport, I love it.
You do?
Oh, it's great. Because then like, I don't know. It's like, one, if you do know a lot about the sport, that's great too. Because like I go to a lot of games. Like I'm going to the game tonight. Basketball surrounds my life. But if you don't know anything about it, as long as you're willing to still be a part of it, then that's great. Because then it's like kind of cute and funny. Like that's the travel. So like when somebody takes more than like explaining it type thing, like I think it's really cool. So someone who doesn't really know the world is kind of cute, but then someone who does know the world, it does make it a lot easier because they understand what's happening and they kind of like understand my job more, I guess. So not a necessity one way or the other.
Okay. How long have you been single? I feel like we're speed dating right now.
Yeah, I know. A little over 3 years.
Okay.
Like I've had like, girls that I've dated for like a month or two, but I haven't been like in a relationship, exclusive in a relationship.
When was the girl that you last talked to? 3 years ago?
No, the like Chicago girl.
Mm-hmm.
That was ended in last time she was in November.
So kind of recent.
Yeah, semi recent.
Are you over it?
You know what? Yes, but I will say.
Are you okay?
No, I'm good. I don't follow her on anything anymore, which was also a weird thing. Like she went back to Chicago and then like unfollowed me first on stuff. And I was like, that's just weird. Like, but whatever. But I saw a video, a friend sent it to me. He was like, bro, isn't this? And I was like, yeah. And I watched the video on TikTok and I'm really calling people out. That's crazy. On the text, it said something like on the screen, it was like, I'm just not built for dating in this generation. Like, what do you mean you don't want to like go deeper and get connected on a deeper level and love one person for the rest of your life and treat me like everything, blah, blah. Like,
yeah,
I'm not built for this generation. I'm like,
I think that's...
You literally had a guy who wanted to do that. And granted, I'm not upset because that just proves I'm not her person. So like, I'm not like, and there's no amount of convincing I can do to make her want to be with me.
Right.
So I wasn't upset at that. I was more so like, don't act like you're trying your best to do this and then you have it and then you're the one who was like talking to other guys and you're the one who was like hooking up with other guys and all this other stuff. Like, which by the way, is fine. But don't play like online like you're this innocent like victim of like why aren't guys
persona.
treating. Yeah, and I literally you had a guy that was like
Yeah.
doing everything for you and like trying to make your life as easy as possible. And so that's what kind of upset me, because I was just like,
I think it's just a thing where, I mean, I've been guilty of it. I'm sure we all have. When we ideally want something and we think that we're ready for it, but we're not. Like, we want to be ready for it. We want to be there. It's just we haven't put in the time or work.
Yeah. And I think that is, and I tell people that I think girls, especially in LA, but just in general, I think girls think they know what they want, and then they get it. And then what you just said, they're like, oh, I'm not ready.
I'm not ready. Yeah.
Which is fine. Like, I'm never going to put pressure on somebody to like be ready for something they're not ready for. My thing is I'm an energy matcher. So if you tell me you like me, I'm like, okay, great. Like, all bets are off. I like you too. This is how I'm going to act now. So if you tell me you want to settle down, you want a relationship, you want a family, you want this, then I'm like, great, that's what I want.
You're dating for
Cool.
marriage at this point.
Yeah, so that's what I'm like thinking you're wanting still. And so then I bring that, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is too much. Like, this is kind of a lot. I'm like, no, that's what you said you wanted, though. So that's where I just get confused, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like,
I feel like you're the type of guy, too, if someone says, I like you, then you close yourself off. Or
What
do
do
you
you- what do you
continue
mean?
to date around?
oh, no. If I know a girl likes me and I like her, I don't even see other girls. I'm like the annoying, overly loyal, like friends will text me like, do you unfollow me? I'm like, yeah, I don't need to see that on my timeline. I got a girl now. Like, you know, like I'm like the annoyingly loyal. And so yeah, if I'm locked in on a girl, I'm cooked. I'm locked in. And so all my friends get very frustrated with me because they're like, bro, you can't do that. Girls want the game. They want to know that other girls want, and I'm just like, I can't do it. Like, I don't know. I'm not good at the game, but
What's your biggest turnoff?
personality wise, I say just not nice people. Like if we go to a restaurant and you're like rude,
Everyone
to the waiter,
says that.
Oh, it's the worst. Like just rude.
Yeah. That's everyone's
I can't.
answer, though.
I can't. Is it? Okay, I'll think of something else.
No,
Well,
it's fine. It's just,
I don't like physically cigarette smokers.
okay.
Done. I just can't.
Yeah. For me, mine's overly cocky
Okay.
or insecure.
So what's the, from your standpoint, but then like, oh, okay, so you can't be too cocky, but you can't be insecure. So what's the perfect, like, what is overly cocky? Like from your standpoint, and then like overall what you think girls would kind of say, like, because every girl's like, oh, I love confidence. Yeah. But then like there's that one thing that pushes a guy from confident to cocky. Like, what is that like?
I feel it's more so narcissistic than it is cocky. So if you're always talking about yourself or you always want to be in the spotlight, and if you do anything to overshadow them, then it's a turn off or they get frustrated or mad. And so, yeah, I think it's more a narcissistic thing than it maybe is cocky.
I've been hearing more and more lately, the girls pointing out, and now I'm starting to see it in guys, like narcissistic. Like now I feel like I can look at a guy online and I'm like, oh yeah, he's.
If you're in the gym and your shirt's off and you're doing like selfies, then
that's a turn
I'm
off.
like,
yeah. I really can't be friends with you, bro. Like,
yeah, like it's fine if you're taking a selfie, but like I don't need you
like,
flexing.
yeah, that could be a lot.
So
see me, I'm very like. Obviously, we all have our insecurities. I would like to think that I'm a pretty confident human being. I don't know if other people see that, but I know when, like, I want a woman who's a powerhouse. Like, no matter what she's doing, whether, like I said, business, doctor, hairdresser, I don't care, or social media, whatever. I feel like I'm really good at knowing when, like, yo, I'll hold your purse at the edge of the red carpet. Like, I do not need to be like, this is your moment. Let it be your moment, type thing. And I feel like I want that. Like, I want to be that guy for somebody too, and then reciprocated. Like when I'm having my moment, it's like my moment. And
But that's a sign of confidence. That's what a relationship should be about.
Yeah, like just lifting each other
Balance,
up.
yeah.
Even if it is my moment though, like I already know my future girl's gonna be so fine. I'll be like, babe, come on, get in this photo with me.
Be in the moment with me.
Make me look better. Come here. But when it's hers, you'll see me in the background like holding the purse, like smiling so much. Like, yeah, look at that. But yeah, I don't turn off for a girl. I just don't like. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I know it's basic, but just like rude people or somebody who just like can't be appreciative or grateful of stuff. That's one. Someone who just like expects everything. I'm gonna do it regardless, but don't just like and then not be grateful.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel like you're gonna expect it, but at least show appreciation for it.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think it's easier to date because you're tall?
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I hate my short kings. Love you guys, but like, I'm not on a dating app at the moment. I'm taking a hiatus from dating for a while. But on my dating app, it says my bio is, "Does she like me or am I just tall?" Because I got a meme from a girl one time after a date. I just dropped her off and got a meme and it said, "Do I like him or is he just tall?" And she replied with
what?
like, yeah, she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That was for my friend. We weren't talking about you, I swear." And I'm like, it would have been so much better if she leaned into it. And was like, "Is this not funny?"
Is funny.
Yeah, but the fact she was trying to like backtrack, I was like, okay, she doesn't really like me, but I am tall. But yeah, I mean, like,
Did she get a second date?
not because of my doing either. We just didn't really like vibe. But yeah, I mean, I'm 6'5", I stick out in a crowd. Like, I don't know. It probably is a little bit easier.
Yeah. I figure.
Girls want to wear heels, so.
8 years from now, where do you see yourself?
8 years from now, hopefully married with 1 or 2 kids. Would love to be in a position in my career to have a place in Texas and a place out here. Gradually moving towards that, which is a huge blessing. Just continuing to do what I love, whatever it is at that time. Hopefully it's acting still. Yeah, I don't know. Just like, I'm pretty simple. I feel like even though I live in LA and like I do kind of do bougie things. I blame Austin for that. Actually, I blame my rich friends for the things that I do because I'm like, they're like, "Oh yeah, let's go do this." I'm like, "Okay, sure," but I'm pretty simple. Like I would love just wife, 1 or 2 kids, chilling either in LA or in Texas.
With your career, what acting are you doing?
Everything I've done up to this point has mainly been commercials, but obviously want to do TV and movies. I started writing a couple years ago because I was like, I don't want to just wait for the perfect thing. So I wrote a couple scripts that, fingers crossed, praying for it. I had a meeting with Netflix for one of them. They really liked it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. So that's in like early stages of what I want to do with that.
Yeah. What is it about?
It's about my dating life in LA.
Oh.
Yeah. It's called The Last Virgin in LA.
Okay.
And it's very real stories of my dating life put into originally a series, but then after my meeting with them, they kind of were like, I think this is a better movie. So like we're in the process of rewriting it as a movie, as a feature.
Are you going to star in it?
Originally that was the goal and it's still the goal, but like, let's say all things go well with Netflix and like we love it and we want to produce it. They're not going to, like, I'm a no name. They're going to want to go get somebody with a name or a career, which is fine with me. I think it's just a cool story. I would still be like a producer on it. I would just write myself in as a different part.
An extra.
I just want to be the main. Yeah.
In the background.
Yeah. Honestly, just every scene, I'm just a different extra walking back and forth.
It's probably better though if they get someone that's bigger.
Oh, 100%.
Because then it'll blow up.
100%. And that to me is just a way to get my foot in the door with other scripts that I want to write or other things I want to star in. So, like a buddy of mine, his wife wrote Nobody Wants This, the Kristen Bell Netflix show. And she wrote it for herself to star in it. But then they were like, "Hey, we want to get Kristen Bell." She's like,
"Yeah,
great. Yeah,
of course,
get Kristen
please.
Bell. Yeah, please." So now she has the freedom to write other things because she's the creator of this hit show.
Cool.
And so that's kind of what my goal would be, honestly, on that.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about basketball?
I love it. It's always going to be a part of my life.
What are you doing with hosting with the NBA?
Yeah, I just work a lot. Like I got in good with the NBA a couple years ago and just became friends with a lot of the producers and the people behind the scenes. And one of the guys, he's like one of the heads of, I don't know what his exact job title is, but just got close with him. And then like when I was in New York, I went to his kids' communion and like just went to like the cookout. And,
I feel like you're always getting involved with people's families.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of friends with families. I like just being. That's what I'm saying. I'm simple. Like I would much rather like on a Saturday night do a game night, and I actually do a weekly game night at my house on Saturdays because like I'd rather like be with a family on a Saturday night playing games, watching a movie than like
out.
Yeah, going out and doing something. So I surround myself with people with kids and families because it's just more
personable. I am a religious person.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say religious necessarily, more that I have faith.
Yeah, of course.
Because of the churches in LA, I was a little bit turned off.
Yeah.
Because it was more of a scene.
It can be
than anything, but
it can be tough. I found a really, really dope church I love going to though, and it's not sceney. It's literally just like felt like my church back home in Dallas, honestly.
What is
just
it called?
People hanging out. Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
Jay and Alexis actually are the ones who invited me to go, and I've been going there for
cool.
almost 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And the pastor there, Julian, he's so good, and he like keeps it very real and just is a really good communicator. He's very like naturally funny. I don't like when I feel like pastors are trying to be funny. And I'm like, bro, that's just not your lane, man. Like, but he's just very naturally funny, and he's a really good communicator of scripture. And the community's really cool. Shout out Julian, you're the man, and Jay and Alexis for inviting me. But the community's really, really cool there. So
I've heard really good things about Oasis.
Yeah, and there's something, they have their own building. They have like a church building. And like, I'm not knocking other churches who have to like rent places because, you know, like real estate in LA is crazy. But like, there is just something about going to a church and like sitting in a pew and like, you know, I don't know, like it's really, really cool. So I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
It's not the one that's on not Sunset in Hollywood. That's Mosaic, right?
Yeah. This is in like K-Town. I drive like 30 minutes to get there. Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
But like, you know,
cool.
It's pretty good, I guess.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to get into the Dear Dry Diaries. So basically people submit questions. So the first one is, Dear Dry Diaries, I'm starting to date again, but every time I go on a date, I feel pressured into taking it further. How do I politely decline dessert? This is perfect for Caleb.
Yeah, it's perfect. Well, not for me. I have a sweet tooth, so I always have to get chocolate chip cookies. They're not actually talking about dessert, are they?
No.
Okay, I get it now. Yeah. I'm gonna assume this is from a female. I think for me, like, communication is key, especially if I like somebody. I told you, like, if I really like the person, we're vibing really well on the first date, I'll tell them on the first date, just so their expectations aren't that. And so I think like communication is key. So like any man who's worth seeing a second time is gonna like respect you for saying something and like speaking up. And I think the biggest thing is like, because I've made living through my mistakes, is like letting it get to a certain point, you know, like you're having fun after the day, you're making out, whatever the case may be, and then it's like, okay, time to rock, and then you have to be like, oh wait, nothing is gonna happen further than this, and they're kind of like, oh, okay, cool. But so I think communication is key. Like if you really like the guy and you think he's a guy you want to see again and go on multiple dates with, then like I don't see why you can't just like say it straight up. Most decent guys are not gonna care. I would think.
That's what I would say.
And if they do care, then
you don't want to be with them.
Then get out of there. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever had a girl, after you tell her, be like, okay, I don't see this going any further?
Yeah. And honestly, I have mad respect for it, because it's like, you know what you want, and you're not going to like, because I don't want to waste your time. And that means you're not going to like spend, you know, a month or two with me trying to like go that far or whatever. So like, it sucks sometimes if I'm having a really good time. It's only happened 1 or 2 times where I really liked the girl and was kind of like thrown off by the abrupt ending. But like, once again, mad respect.
Was it down the line or towards the beginning?
First date.
Oh.
Yeah, straight up.
So they told you the first date.
Yeah. I guess second date for one of them. And then one of them was straight up beforehand, because she kind of like heard in the grapevine and knew.
Through all the podcast clips.
Yeah, I guess so. It's something like, I mean, like if I was actually trying to like sleep with girls and I couldn't, I'd be embarrassed about it. But like it's a choice that I'm proud of, and so it's something I've been more uh, vocal and proud. Like all my friends know, but like they're like, bro, you should just talk about it on socials more. Like who cares? And so I've been a little bit more
When did you make the decision?
to talk about it more.
No.
Oh, 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 8th grade. Genuinely, mom and dad, if you're listening, just turn it off. I made the decision not because of faith, because I was, kid you not, deathly afraid to get a girl pregnant on my first time. And so I was like, I'm not going to do it till after college because I wanted to play college and pro basketball, and I just was like super focused. I didn't even date anybody in high school, so like it wasn't really a concern. But I was just like deathly afraid of getting a girl pregnant. And then later in life, when I had my like coming to Jesus moment, and I like really, started to believe in things for myself, not just because of my parents. That's when I was like, okay, I've waited this long too. Like, I think it would be really cool to
keep it going.
Yeah, to keep it going and wait for my future wife. And just side note, one question I always get is, does the girl have to? It does not bother me one bit. Like,
does the girl have to what?
Like also be waiting.
Oh.
I don't think I've ever dated another virgin. Like, it doesn't bother me one bit. Like, is what it is.
Does body count matter? What if a girl told you she dated 100 or she slept with 100 guys?
I would be curious to know where she's at in life now. You know, like if she's like, if that was like a while ago, or like if she's a believer now, like things like that. My whole thing I've always said is like, if a girl believes in God and is a believer, and truly is, and has like a wild, crazy past or whatever, if I can't get over that, then I'm putting myself above God, because God has already forgiven it. Like, hasn't even thought twice about it. And if I can't do the same, then that means my view of her is more important to me than God's view of her, which is like so messed up. Mm. So it's like, it doesn't matter, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's like heart posture. If she's still actively like wanting to collect more bodies, hey, do you, girl? No shame in the game.
She want to be like trying to date you.
She want to be trying to date me. Yeah. So no, I don't think it matters. Honestly.
Yeah, I guess that's
I've dated a couple girls with kids, like it, which obviously means they weren't waiting.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. I just think like I've found that more girls have an issue with me having a 0 body count than me caring about theirs, if that makes sense. Yeah, but
I guess that's a good perspective, because I've always been like, I don't want to date a guy that's slept with 100 girls. I feel like they're seeking validation. Something.
That is a valid thing too. Like, I mean, especially on a guy level. I have friends who have high body counts and stuff like that, and girls don't want to like set it. Like, to each their own. But I think you just have to find somebody that is okay with either way.
Yeah. Also, the past is the past.
Yeah, and as long as like you're with me now, like I don't want to know your body count, and I don't want to be around like people that were, you know what I mean? Like if I have to constantly like be around this guy, or he's still a part of your life, that's when I'm like, it's tough. It's not a deal breaker, but that is a little bit tougher. But because then I can like, then there's like a visualization there, and I'm like,
this is a good question actually, because me and one of my guy friends got into this. So if a girl was dating a guy and it was casual, couple dates, nothing crazy, and they basically were just like, hey, we're better off friends.
Yeah.
And they became best friends over time.
Okay.
Then you start talking to a new guy and you're open about that you dated this person, but you guys are best friends now.
Yeah.
Would you be mad about that?
I think it's probably situational. I would say it's tough. Did they sleep together?
I don't know.
If they slept together, I'd say it'd be tough for me. Not because they slept together, but because they shared something like really, like the sex doesn't matter to me, but like if y'all are still hanging out and being friends and really close, like y'all were intimate together, which means coming from me, who's not going to sleep with you, this best friend of yours
has been closer.
Yeah. And so for me, it might be tough. There would have to be boundaries. I would never tell a girl you can't be friends with somebody, but I guess I would maybe ask like, yo, if I weren't in the picture and you wanted to sleep with him again, would he? If the answer is yes, then it's like, okay, then like how good of friends can you be if y'all still have that attraction to each other, I guess. I think boundaries would have to be set, but I would never tell a girl she can't be friends with somebody because like it's not my business. But I don't know. I think it could be tough if they never slept together and they just went on a couple dates. Like they just weren't for each other. Cool, like is what it is. But yeah, I don't know that. I feel like it would be situational. It would depend on the guy. It would depend on how he treats me, how he treats her. Like if he's really like lovey-dovey and like always like they're like laying on the couch together watching movies, like yeah, it's what we're on. But yeah, a lot of it would be how he treats me too. Like if he's like kind of a dick to me or kind of standoffish, then I'm like, okay, clearly he still has feelings for you, whatever. But you know,
my take was that you shouldn't
and
care because you should be so confident in your relationship and who you're dating that shouldn't be worrisome.
I'm a very confident human. I'm very confident.
No, it's not your personal confidence. It's your confidence in who you're dating too. Or like, I guess trustworthy.
But so how much confidence can you have in someone? Like, let's just say it's me and let's just say it's me and you. You have this friend and me and you just started dating, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. We've gone on 3 or 4 dates. We really like each other, whatever, right? And then you introduce me to your best friend, Ted. I don't know. I'm watching How I Met Your Mother again. So Ted Mosby. Anyway, you introduce me to him and I know the backstory. How much confidence, like we've only been dating for 3 weeks. How much confidence can I have in you and him? Even if I do really trust you, like we haven't like built that yet. You know what I mean?
I guess that's true.
So it could be tough. I'm not saying it's like impossible, but it could be tough for like a guy to get over that hump. Now, if we've like known each other for a while and then we start to date and, you know, we're 6 months in, you have this guy friend or whatever. Okay, I'm more confident in our relationship that you wouldn't cheat on me or that like he's not crossing a line. Once again, a lot of it is on him. It depends on like how he's treating me. Yeah. If he's like trying to be cool with me and we're homies, then like, cool, whatever, do your thing. I trust him. Mm-hmm. But like, I think that's another thing in past relationships. I think there's a healthy amount of jealousy in relationships. If you're getting jealous for no reason, that's not good. Red flag, run.
Are you a jealous person?
I would say I'm a protective person, yeah. Mm. I wouldn't say jealous. I'm not jealous for no reason. If I have a reason to be, then like, but I've also learned over the years to communicate that instead of like letting it, you know, when I was younger and like in college or even my first relationship. Like,
just start fights?
Not even, I would just shut down. I wouldn't even start fights. I'd just get like in my head about it. I'm not an arguer. Never yelled at a girl. Never raised my voice at a woman. Like I learned that from my dad and my grandpa. Like, so I don't fight. I'd much rather just be quiet. But then I learned like, hey, like the way you and that guy were like
interacting,
but yeah, it made me feel a little weird, you know, or whatever. And you know, my most recent ex from a couple of years ago, I would tell like, hey, like this dude, I don't have a good feeling about him. And then she would call me jealous. Like, you know, I can't be with a jealous guy. I'm like, I'm not. I'm letting you know I don't trust that guy. Yeah.
Because of things that you've seen.
Yeah, I don't think he has good intentions with you. So like, I wouldn't say I'm jealous. I just am calling this guy out. And then, sure enough, me and her, we go on a break. Who's the first guy in her DMs to like be like, oh, if you need someone to talk to, like, come over, bro, get out of here. So it's like I feel like I have a discernment when it comes to other guys. And, you know, I've been cheated on before. So I think I'm a little more like aware of how guys are. Yeah. But so I wouldn't call it jealous. I would just say like more protective of like, hey, like I don't think that guy
has good intentions.
Yeah, has good intentions. And I think that guy would take any opportunity with you if I'm not around. That's all I'm saying. So just like watch out.
I'm just giving my 2 cents. Yeah.
Which I think, because if my girl said that to me, I wouldn't be like, babe, you're being jealous. Like, stop. I'd be like, okay. Like, if that's how you feel, then like I won't be in a room one-on-one with this girl because that's how it makes you feel. Like, I wouldn't call you jealous.
Do you think you have to earn trust or do you give trust at the beginning?
So tough.
I know.
because I'm a big like give trust guy, but I've been burned so many times. I don't know why I keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think, I think I have a good, like rate, like people read, I think I can read people pretty well. And I think that's why this last one did hurt because I didn't see it coming. But I feel like if you're making people earn anything of yours, then you're leaving them at a disadvantage. So I never want to be that guy that's like,
So you give it till it's broken.
yeah. Yeah. I never want to be that guy that's like, prove to me why you deserve my love. Like, no, like if I like you, I like you. I'm going to trust you. And then then things start to happen, then I'll start to like be a little bit more weary. I know I probably should be a little bit more guarded when it comes to stuff, but yeah, I think I'm a big like.
Are you like that in friendships too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's the reason for a lot of my social success in LA is because I think a lot of people have the mindset of like, earn my respect, earn my trust, earn my friendship, and I'm just like, what's up, man? I'm Caleb. How you doing? Like, I'm very much just like, and then if I start to like peep this person's moving different, then I'll start to separate myself. But I think I've met some really cool people and I have some really dope relationships out here because I'm just very like open in myself from the get-go. Like I don't think anybody has to.
Yeah, that's how I am too. But then I've been burned a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I've been burned in friendships too.
So
yeah, it's more so learning when to set up that boundary and when to like start to pull away as opposed to when to give it. Because I think if you're blocked off, I mean, I have my walls up on certain things. I'm not openly vulnerable to everybody I meet. But I think if you're blocked off, then you have very surface level friendships and relationships. Because if I meet you and you're like kind of stuck up, why would I want to be your friend? But if I meet you and you're inviting me to stuff and you're like wanting me to come around and hang out, then like, of course I'm going to like want to be your friend too. So I'm very open. I invite, especially new people to LA. I invite them to everything. And then if you start to act a little funny, then I'll start to distance myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so next question. Dear Dry Diaries, I have played sports my whole life, but now that I just graduated, I don't know my next step. How do you continue doing what you love while building a career that actually makes a stable income?
Wow, that's a really good question. And I'm whoever this is, just DM me personally because I can give you a 10-step program. Like I played college ball, pro ball. I blew my back out 3 times, and on the 3rd time, my doctor pretty much said like, we have to do surgery. There's no guarantee of, because it's back surgery, which I wanted to avoid at all costs.
You didn't get surgery?
I ended up not getting it.
Oh my gosh.
Because I decided to quit playing. Because he pretty much said like, there's no guarantee it works. You could get back on the court and hurt yourself immediately after. And then he pretty much said to me like, do you want to play with your kids in your 40s? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, it's time to hang it up. So toughest, easiest decision I ever made. I didn't look or touch a ball for a while after that, though. I was so like butt hurt. And so like, where's my whole lot? Like, what was me? Whatever. Stupid.
I think I grew up in a sports family, as you know, some of you guys probably don't, but I personally didn't really play sports, but being around it, I saw that my siblings and parents and cousins and everyone, a lot of identity was put into sports. And even with myself, with dance, or I didn't run track in college, which I probably could, but a lot of identity was put in that. And it wasn't until they stepped away that they had no sense of identity because you put so much time, effort, passion into.
Well, you're forced to look in the mirror and like exactly what you said. Like, who am I if I'm not Caleb, the basketball player? And I think that's where my faith comes into play a lot. But if I'm not doing this, what am I doing? And so it was a very humbling, like 2 years of figuring life out. To this person asking this question, I'm very passionate about this. I speak to a lot of college kids about it as well, that there are a lot of ways nowadays, especially with social media, especially with entertainment, where you can make a good living in the field that you were in. Widen it a little bit. So like I played basketball, but now I do sports content. So I do stuff for the NFL. I've done stuff with MLB. I've done stuff I had a sick freelance gig where the World Cup paid me for 6 weeks to make content, like the World Cup. So yeah, it's like there are so many things you can do in the sports realm. And as an athlete, it like, you know, scratches that itch of I want to be around it, but I can't be in it. I genuinely believe the highest I ever would have went in basketball was like maybe a really good overseas team, you know, G League. But like, I probably never would have affected millions of people playing in the NBA. But now I'm like doing content for the NBA, and literally just my NBA videos are like at, you know, tens and 20 millions of views. So it's like affecting other people in a very different way. And so it's really cool. I'm still rubbing elbows with a lot of NBA guys and people in the NBA world. I never saw my life going this way, but it's a really fun, fulfilling, rewarding career. So like if you're getting out of college and you don't know what to do, but you want to do something in sports, there's so many things you can do nowadays with broadcasting and social media and management and there's so many things you can do to like stay in that world and make a good career out of it. Yeah. You just got to find your niche.
And going into social media, it's so much more personable than if you were just playing.
Yeah.
Because you get to put your story, your branding, everything behind it. So
it's very, very true. Like, I used to do just like trick shots and like hooping, like showing my ability. But it wasn't until I started showing my personality that videos started to do well. Not that I have a good personality or anything, but that like people want to know you more. And so if you can, now I have this good mix of skill and ability with personality, and it's really like opened a lot of doors. Yeah, it's been really cool.
And going into like management.
That's a great way to say it.
You can make a lot of money doing that.
I have a lot of NBA players that hit me up. That sounded braggy, I apologize. But I have a lot of NBA players that hit me up to help them with their social media, to help them get brand deals, to help them, you know, get plugged in with certain brands and fashion and all this other stuff.
Who's your team?
I don't really have. I mean,
you have to say the Lakers.
I guess I have to say the Lakers, yeah, because I have a rule though. I cheer for whoever gets me the tickets. So tonight I'm cheering for the Timberwolves, even though they're playing the Lakers, because I have a couple buddies on the T-Wolves who got me the tickets. But
my rule is I go wherever my uncle is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Where's he at now?
He is with, I think, the Pistons.
Ooh, rough. Actually, no, my boy Cade Cunningham plays for them.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, they're good. But yeah, I don't know. It's been really cool. I've like be able to go to the games and be able to go to these events and interview players. And it's like a lot of them I've built really cool relationships with now. So now they come into my media room and they're like having a good time because it's like with a friend. It's not just a random person asking them questions. So whoever asked that question, hit me up. We can talk about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's really all the questions I have. It wasn't really meant to be all about dating, but
yeah,
just kind of turned into
probably
that.
Rambled a lot about that one. I apologize, guys.
No, that's good. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Touch on? It's a lot of girls that watch, so all the dating stuff's great.
Yeah.
They love guys' opinions.
I hope it was good opinions. I'm taking I decided to take a 2-month
hiatus.
I deleted dating apps. I'm not actively like seeking any new connections. I'm not sliding into anyone's DMs. I'm just like, because I think I got a little lost in the sauce of like trying to find the one or trying to find someone to date, and it just, I don't know. I want to focus on myself, and I met this, I don't know if we should talk about it. I mean, she's not going to watch it either, but I kind of met this girl, but like got out of a really serious relationship and recently. And so just decided like I want to focus on being her friend for a little bit. And so that kind of also, and this is around the same time I'm doing this hiatus. So it's kind of perfect timing, I think.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a virgin.
Yeah.
I've basically been like celibate for a year and a half.
That a girl, nice.
Yeah.
How's the celibate life?
Honestly, it's been so easy because I've been secluded and working and really traveling.
I think people literally ask me like, how do you do that? I'm like, it's not tough. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. It's not tough to not have sex. It's just not. Especially like, I mean, I've been in like year-long relationships with people who have had sex in the past, and they're always like, well, you know, if a girl's had sex before, she's not going to want it to stop. And I'm like, I don't think that's some girls, yeah, cool, do your thing. Same with some guys, but like, if you talk, you communicate, you have those boundaries, like you know where it stops. I feel like my connections with girls that I like or I'm in relationships with is just as, if not a little bit deeper emotionally than people who do sleep with each other. Because I feel like you have to like be intimate in other ways with not just physically, but like mentally stimulating and all this other stuff because you don't. I've had homies that date girls for 2 years just because the sex is great.
That's like, what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and it's like cool, dude, but like y'all also argue every single day. You're not all that happy, but like the sex is great. I feel like, I don't know, maybe you're wasting your time.
Yeah, wasting time, and you don't even realize probably because you're just sticking around for that.
Yeah,
but then it gets down to, okay, what am I doing here?
Yeah,
and
yeah. So I don't know. I think it's.
I just couldn't do that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's dope. A year and a half, good for you.
Going strong.
Wait, are you dating anybody? Are you seeing anybody?
No.
Why not? I think I saw you on a dating app not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I'm on like Raya.
Yeah, it was Raya. I didn't want to like say it out loud because I didn't want to sound douchey, but I'm on Raya. Not right now though. I'm just paused. The account is paused.
Oh yeah.
For a few months.
I've always, I think even when I was in a relationship, I still was on Raya. I just don't use the apps, but I'm like on the apps.
Red flag, guys, run.
Really?
I mean, like if I was dating,
delete them off my phone.
But if we were dating, do you pause it, the account at least?
I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh,
I just delete the app.
If we were in a relationship, because I got homies who are obviously on it, and they come across your page on Raya, I would get a text immediately like, bro, you're great. And that would like, I'd be like, yo, what's going on? Like, what?
I guess I always thought if I delete the app off my phone, it deletes my profile.
So I actually thought this. I did a brand deal for Bumble years ago. Okay. And it's the only time I got Bumble. And got it. Did the brand deal, was on it for like a couple days. And I was like, and deleted it off my phone, thinking the exact same thing. And then someone I ran into was like, oh, I saw you on Bumble. I was like, it's not me. I'm not on Bumble. Like, you're being catfished. Like, no, like, I saw you on Bumble. I was like, I deleted it. I don't have Bumble. Lo and behold, I was on it for like years. Didn't even know.
That's happened to me.
Yeah. Because I thought, but then that's when I realized you have to like deactivate it. But Raya, you can pause the account because like it is a membership thing. So you don't want to like lose it and you can't get back on it essentially. After you like deactivate your account, it's tough to get back on. So you just pause it.
Dating apps stress me out. So.
Yeah. Have you not been on any good first dates from apps?
Maybe 2.
Really?
I think I've only gone on 2 dates from app.
I'd say I'd say probably 2, maybe 3.
To be honest, I just do it because I'm like perfect Instagram followers.
Oh boy. No, you know what's messed up about this world? Like for real, like
why not? Yeah. No, free marketing.
There you go. Might as well. But there are people who do like legitimately do. Like there was an acquaintance. I didn't know her well, but she was a friend of a friend that we were all with. And she legitimately was like, oh, I don't have any money for dinner tonight. Like, all right. And then just hopped on. She was like, time to get on Hinge. Got on Hinge, set up a date for that night just to get a free dinner. And that's when I was just like, okay, this is scary.
Yeah.
Like
too much.
Yeah. That's why I just do Raya. Cause it's like, I don't know. It's
I don't know. I just can't.
I don't know girls' intentions. And then like you match with, especially Raya, you match with someone and you don't hear from them for like 4 months. And they're like, oh, hey, sorry, I was away from my phone. I'm like, for 4 months,
that's
what are we
probably
doing?
me.
Yeah, honestly, that probably is you.
But also, I can't do the small talk. So if I do match with someone and then they want to do the whole small talk situation, I'm like, absolutely not.
But then how soon is too soon to be like?
Exactly. I also don't want to go to dinner with a random stranger.
All I'm hearing is, fellas, there's no winning here. We can't win. You can't be too confident, but you can't be too insecure. You can't do small talk, but you can't ask them to dinner because it's a stranger. There's no winning.
No, there is. Well, obviously, if we like talked for a bit of time, like maybe a week or so, if I even entertain it, then you can be like, let's go to dinner. But I would rather meet the person through mutual friends or in person.
Nothing beats an organic.
So
nothing.
That's just what I want.
Nothing.
And I'm just that's what I want.
This person that shall not be named. It was one of those like. I kept seeing her throughout the day. We were in San Fran for All-Star Weekend. I kept seeing her at different events, and I kept checking out because like I said, I it just makes me nervous. And obviously she's stunning. And so like I kept seeing her at different events. And then like the third or fourth time I saw her, like all in one day, she was walking into a party as I was walking out because we were going to the next one. I was with Austin. And I was like, bro, and I like, we couldn't go back in because we had to go to the next one. And I literally was like, dude, I keep seeing this girl everywhere. If I see her again, I cannot chicken out. I can't. We go to Austin's DJing at this place. This dude straight gaslit us. He told us like he promoted it's going to be this big thing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Guys, when I tell you there was 0 people in this party, that's not an exaggeration. The only people in this entire club was me, Austin, our other boy, and then like the workers.
And her.
That's it. I tell Austin before I'm like, bro, if I see her again, I can't chicken out. He's like, you're going to chicken out, whatever. This club is empty. And like 20 minutes later, after I said that, guess who comes walking in the door? The most dead party in San Fran. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
I have to talk to her. I'm so nervous. And I ended up talking to her and she's great. But like I said, we're just friends, focusing on friendship and all that other stuff. I'm focusing on myself. But I don't know. It's tough because like, can I ask your opinion on this? She says she's got out of a relationship, got to figure some stuff out. Cool.
How old is she?
We're not going to talk about that.
Just,
right now. I'm not going to.
No, because it does put things in perspective.
No, but then you're gonna judge me.
I'm not going to judge.
She's 22.
Okay.
Shut up. Look at that face. Look at the face already.
Okay.
And outside of like me being attracted to her, very cool person. Just like an interesting person, has her own business, very smart, like whatever. We start talking, had a good time. How, like, I want to work on my friendship with her, but I also don't want to be friend zoned for when she is ready to like date again.
Okay.
It's a hard.
How long was she in a relationship for?
Hard, 8 months, 10 months, something
okay.
like that.
When did they break up?
Like a month and a half ago. Like kind of soon, yeah.
So
I'm not asking her
honest opinion?
Yeah, honest
Okay,
opinion. Because I'm not gonna ask her out. But here's the thing: like, even if nothing happens with us in the future, like, she's still cool. Like, I want to be her friend. But it's also like, I don't want to be
friend zoned
to the point where like she is ready to date again in a few months. Maybe it's 6 months from now. Maybe it's a year from now. I don't know. Whenever she's ready.
Are you willing to wait?
Yeah, I'm a 32-year-old virgin. I think I'm willing to wait. I'm chilling. Like, but I'm not like waiting on her either because I don't want that puts pressure on her. That's like not.
But you also said you're a loyal person. So are you going to close yourself off to other opportunities during this time while you're waiting for her of a what if this could happen?
So that's the thing, right? Like, it's kind of a perfect storm in the sense of for a while I was feeling this like I need to like not date for a little bit and not actively seek out connections or actively seek out dates or whatever. And then meet her and she's also in this like she's not doing that. So it's kind of like a perfect timing thing where it's like it's not like waiting for her because I made this decision for myself, but it's at the same time she's also like going through her own stuff. So it's like it just aligned, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My personal opinion is not to bring in age, but 22 is pretty young to know exactly what you want. She's also been in a relationship, so how much dating has she experienced? And how much life has she experienced in the dating realm? Because also, when someone's 20, I know when I was 22, looking back, if I would have committed or waited on someone, it wouldn't have went well. Because I hadn't experienced all that I personally need to experience, but it's also individual. Like
yeah,
it's based
I
on
know it varies.
Yeah. I don't know, that's hard. I would say just be open with her.
Well, I hope she didn't watch this because all my cards are on the table. I definitely can't tell her like, yeah, I like you. Like, I'm waiting. I'll wait for you. Like, I'm not going to do that.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I also don't think you should wait.
I think after this 2-month period, because I'm doing it
for yourself.
Yeah. I think after this 2-month period, I won't be like closed off to new things. Right now I'm closed off to everything. So after this, it'll kind of be telling. I'm like a week and a half in. And I've been going pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty proud of myself, honestly. But I don't know. I think only time will tell. But yeah, I don't know how to just like toe that line of like, because I think I do want to be your friend and work on getting to know you. But I also don't want to get 6 months from now and you're like, so I'm seeing this guy. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he sounds great. Cool. You know, like I don't want to be the friend zoned. I don't know.
I think after your 2 months, reevaluate
yeah.
and see where you're at. And then if you feel like you can be clear with her, hey, I am interested in you, then have that conversation. But if I was a girl and I wasn't ready for it, it'd probably turn me off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
so,
what I kind of feel like I'm not going to ever say anything.
I would say date around, do your 2 months, be open to dating. Yeah. And then if something happens in that time, amazing. If nothing happens and she comes around and she's ready to date, then cool. But you don't really even know her that well. So this is all so hypothetical.
Yeah, very true. And like I said, we're you know, like we're just
you've met her a couple times.
Getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So I think you're thinking.
I'm thinking too much. Huh? I see. That's my.
You're overthinking it way too much because you
haven't
even gone to dinner with her. You haven't hung out with her for long periods of time. You could literally spend 3 days with her, and you're like, that we don't get along, and you've done all this thinking for no reason.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that is one of my things. Like I do, but I'm like that with life, not just like girl. Like I think about every move in my career. Like I'm 5 years ahead of myself right now in career. You know, like I think about every aspect of what's going on. So like, I wish sometimes I could just turn that side of my brain off, but it's tough.
Me too.
It's tough sometimes.
All my friends make fun of me.
Yeah.
Because
all my friends destroy me.
Yeah. They say, Alex, you can't go on one date without seeing a future. And I'm like, well, why am I going to go on a second date if I can't see that?
100%.
And so.
Yeah. I'm the exact same way. If it's like, if
I don't think it's a bad thing. I just don't want to waste my time.
Yeah, but there's this aspect of like
you're gonna
say no, but like girls love the game. They love the game. No, I don't want to hear it because every single girl
I really don't. I don't play games.
Every single girl I've ever talked to says that.
Well,
but then you're like, okay, cool. I don't like the game either. So I text you because like I like you, and now all of a sudden it's like I'm too available. What? No, I'm actually like hella busy, but I take time out of my day because I like you. And you said you don't play games. I'm going to let you know I'm thinking about you. But then it's like too much too soon. There is an aspect of every single girl that loves a little bit of like, why isn't he texting me back? Like, why am I? Like, there's an aspect of the game that every girl loves. And I won't hear. If a guy was texting you nonstop right now that you really liked in a week, you'd be like,
If I really liked him, then I wouldn't get annoyed. Any guy that's hitting me up is guys that I'm just...
I don't know. I will agree to disagree.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying life. No dating anyway.
Okay. What's one conspiracy theory you believe in?
Oh, I don't think we have enough time. You said
that's the premise of my podcast. You know that, right?
Really? Okay.
He doesn't know. He's never watched an entry.
I think, man, I used to not be a conspiracy theorist, but now I feel like there's stuff going on, like the government. There's so many government conspiracies that I hear now, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. What's one though? There's a few. I know there was 2 shooters on the JFK, like that's for sure. 2 shooters. Why would Trump create a space force if there wasn't something out there? Like clearly he read something in something. I'm not even saying I like believe in aliens, but like
there's some sort of
like why do we need a space force?
Do you think we went to the moon?
Yeah, I think we went to the moon.
Okay.
I actually don't know. I haven't done a lot of research in that one, but I know for sure there was 2 shooters. I think more recently this Luigi dude, I think he's a fall guy for something. Like there's definitely something happening behind the scenes that we don't know about. I mean, I think he pulled I think he killed
I think
dude,
he definitely did it.
But like
did you have a gifted and talented program in school? In like elementary school?
I want to say yeah, but I don't.
Okay.
I was never invited.
I was. I didn't make it far though.
Yeah.
So the gifted and talented program, this girl came out and basically said that if you made it into that program, it was a government or CIA experiment to see whether you had certain gifts that they could use and utilize to go off of. And some of those people that were in the program, they brainwashed to set up as fall guys for certain things.
That's interesting. And this dude was like really smart. He was like valedictorian, right? Like it was, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very,
One
very
of the
interesting.
rumors is the JFK shooter.
Uh-huh.
What's his name? Lee Harvey Oswald. That he was one of them.
Wow.
And then,
Well, there's 2 shooters on that. You know that?
well,
No, there's 2 shooters.
yeah. I
There's
think there
2
was
shooters,
two.
guys.
No, I
Government
think
comes
there was
knocking
2.
on my door, like,
Yeah,
who told you?
literally.
No, we had a guy who used to work for the CIA or used to work for the like presidential security guards and Secret Service. I don't know why forgot that name, but he like came and spoke at our school in high school, and he straight up told us, he was like, "Yeah, the government's hiding it for sure," because he was in the room when like looking at JFK's body at the hospital, and then the doctor's like, "We have to do an autopsy." And then other people came in that he didn't know that were like higher than him. They're like, no autopsy, put him in a box and took him off. And he was like, there's for sure.
But what were they doing?
I don't know.
Or what were they trying to cover?
Because people say that the vice president like set it up. But I don't know who set it up, but there's for sure 2 shooters. I don't know. Yeah, every time I hear a conspiracy theory now, I'm more open to hearing it.
I have so many.
Really?
The LA fires.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That was to do the Smart City LA.
For sure, something behind those, like 100%.
It's to do Smart City LA.
And didn't it like there's a train that can go straight through now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then, I mean,
there's like interviews of people like getting caught saying like that one dude was like, yeah, when we started the fire, like something crazy, like he got caught saying something stupid. Yeah. What was the other one you said?
The Diddy. It's not a conspiracy though.
Oh no, that's not a conspiracy. That's
true.
Up. Yeah, no, for sure.
But the underground tunnels, that's a conspiracy. But I think it's facts.
Yeah, I don't know if there's underground tunnels all throughout LA.
No, not maybe all throughout, but definitely.
I saw some TikTok where a dude was like, I used to work at the Starbucks in the secret underground tunnels. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know about that one. But there's definitely, some underground stuff going on over there. Yeah, there's some shady stuff. Epstein did not kill himself. No, for sure he didn't. No. Yeah, there's a lot.
They're releasing Epstein's list, the full everything.
Oh boy.
I know.
Oh boy. I like see some of my friends' names on it. I'm like, oh no, God.
Stay away from them.
Yeah, no, that's.
Everyone's wondering if John Legend.
I already thought they released it though.
But not.
Like
there's
the full
a
one.
lot more.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious to see because Diddy's lawyer just retired or like quit. So I'm curious to see like what's about to come out of that.
Yeah, he was Osama bin Laden's lawyer as well. So it's really interesting that he would quit and when he backed a freaking
for any lawyer
terrorist.
to quit who defends murders, for any lawyer to quit.
Yeah, so where can everyone find you?
Bleep out my address, please. People can find me on all socials, Caleb Nash Feemster. And the only reason I'm going to say this is not because I'm a teenage boy, but because I just got accepted into the program. Is my Snapchat is CN Feemster. I'm trying to blow that up because I got to pay rent, guys.
You can make a lot of money.
Yeah, I got to pay rent. So Caleb Nash Feemster on all socials except Snapchat. It's CN Feemster.
You're about to get some crazy pictures.
I mean, at the end of every night, I do a recap of like, or a story time of like dating or something like that on my Snapchat. So if you want to hear like more crazy stories about dating and whatnot, and then if you want to see cool basketball stuff also.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. For real, it was a blast.
It was fun. Thank you guys for watching another entry of the Dry Diaries. I'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.